Hello, I'm Marcus Flores, and I am here to walk through the setup for video taping and putting on YouTube the church services. This is just a quick video to show you how it's done. So it starts with getting the equipment. The equipment is in the side office. If you come with me, right here on this shelf, this middle shelf, you'll see a tripod, a power supply, a box that holds the camera, and a computer. So we're gonna take this upstairs and get this set up. All right, so we're upstairs on the balcony on the right side, stage left I guess, but on the right side of the balcony, in the corner. That's where I'm gonna set the computer, put the camcorder box down, and start with the tripod. Starting with the tripod means opening up one of the two extensions on the legs, just one of the two, and fully extending. Locking the legs in place. This is the proper height for the tripod. The tripod then gets positioned in the corner. Do you want to come up a little? The tripod gets positioned in the corner with the tilt mechanism pointing the direction we want the camera to go. Next is opening up the box. Starting with the camera, it mounts onto the tripod with a clip. The clip opens, and the camera sets in the clip, and the clip closes. The camera is now set up. We can move on to putting the power onto the camera so we can frame the angle of the shot. There's an extension cord up here that works both for the camera and for the computer power. I'll just plug those both in. Have the computer waiting for us to get to that step. The camcorder, as illustrated in the operating procedures, has a power on the right side. There's a detailed picture in the operating procedures. Once we have the power plugged in, we can open up the viewing window, turn on the camcorder. There's a power button there. That allows us to see and start to frame the image. It's a little dark in here and we're just running through instructions, but right now is when you would zoom in and get the right framing of the stage. Again, this is illustrated in the operating procedures. The next piece is to take the remaining wires out of the box. There's illustrations in the operating procedures that explain all this, but simply put, they make a chain, and this cable connects the camcorder to the computer. Again, these connection places are illustrated in the operating procedures. I'm connecting it to the HDMI slot there and connecting it to the computer. Notice I haven't even turned on the computer. Now that everything is connected, the last piece is the audio. For now, the audio cable is dangling. Soon the audio cable will be mounted on this wall, so it'll be a little cleaner. But for now, we just take the dangling audio cable and plug it into the mic input with a hard snap. You have to push it in real good and you'll know that it connects. Again, the placement of that hole is detailed in the operating procedures. So now that we have the camcorder set up, connected, tripod set up, connected, we can come to the computer. I'm going to tilt the computer this way just to be able to show you the screens. The power button is on the side. Turn on the power, watch the computer boot up. On boot up, push any button to get to the login prompt. John Calvin is the password. Once the computer boots up, we will open up Chrome. Chrome opens to Google. And right here we want to hit YouTube. So we'll just touch that little YouTube button. So this is a great example because it shows here that we are not signed in, and that may happen. So if that's the case, you want to sign in. Luckily, Outreach saves the password, so everything is already saved. All you have to hit is next. Now that we're logged in, you can tell because we have the rose window up in the top corner up here. The rose window. Again, all of this is illustrated in the operating procedures. So you see we're logged in. We're going to click this button here to start a stream, a live stream. YouTube's going to load up. All right, and we can see in the background that it is working. The camera's working. I'm putting my hand in front of the camera. You can see the movement. Here's where we just put a title. I normally title them the day, the date, and then a dash, and then Parkville Presbyterian Church. So once we put in the webcam stream information, we hit next. It'll take a snapshot or a thumbnail. Since the lights are off, this isn't, and we're not staged, this isn't correct, but I'm walking you through the steps. So we have the thumbnail. This is when we wait. Right now is when we wait until the end of the prelude. At the end of the prelude, we hit go live. It takes about 5 seconds. So I try to time it about 5 to 10 seconds before the opening introductory prayer. So it's recording. I just let it leave it the whole service at the same staged viewpoint. So we capture everything that's happening. At the end of the stream, when it's all done, it's simply hit this button here to end the stream, hit to confirm, and then we are done. And that's at the end of the service. You would close the computer, disconnect, and hold on, I forgot one piece too. You would disconnect the wires and take everything apart. The one piece that I did forget to mention, which is what we've been doing forever, or for a while rather, is that this audio cable comes from the CD player, which means we need to have the CD player with a CD in it and the record button hit, but it can be paused. It doesn't need to be recording. It just needs to have the record button on. That allows the audio to feed from this cable. So the piece that I did not go over, which is very important, but pretty standard, is that the CD needs to be in record mode. There's procedures that detail how to do that on the CD player, and that is the whole setup and teardown, or the setup, and now I'm going to do the teardown, but I don't need to videotape that. We just put it all back and we put it downstairs, and that is how we YouTube the Parkville Presbyterian sermons.